Gamblers have much in common with the gunfighters of the Old West. No matter how good you are, you'll eventually encounter someone who's better. For the gunfighter, that was often fatal. But for the gambler, you can think of it as a learning opportunity. Professional gamblers are always willing to teach you what you don't already know about poker, though these lessons won't come cheaply. And you can spend an entire lifetime learning all their tricks. Or you can take a few courses like this one. The Dragon Defense, Advanced Tactics for Limit Texas Hold'em. Or you'll find a lifetime of learning opportunities squeezed into just a couple of hours. Here you'll learn to play the traditional rock style, plus an aggressive betting technique known as the Dragon Defense. By the way, its name has nothing whatever to do with the well-known chess opening, also called the Dragon Defense, but was derived from a cultural icon, the Chinese dragon, because many of the tactics I discuss were first described in a collection of military strategies found in an ancient Chinese text, which is where we'll begin. He will be victorious who knows when to fight and when not to fight. This is one of Sun Tzu's most famous sayings, and he was a brilliant military strategist who lived in China almost 3,000 years ago, and who recorded his strategies in the famous text, The Art of War. Certainly, knowing when to confront your opponents and when not to is one of the primary lessons in poker. Based on Sun Tzu's military strategies and modern statistical analysis, this tutorial will teach you to execute the Dragon Defense, an aggressive betting style intended to increase your profits in the game of Limit Texas Hold'em. Let's begin by briefly examining a few of the popular betting styles. What, for instance, are the thought processes of a maniac? Judging by their betting, maniacs appear to be mostly concerned with offense. As a result, they engage their opponents in far too many hands. Sure, they win plenty of hands, but they lose too many to make a decent profit. A rock, on the other hand, often seems overly concerned with defense. Rocks like to play just premium hands, so they win most of the hands they contest, but they miss a great many winning opportunities with the lesser hands. And the lion. In the language of poker, a lion is simply the best player at the table, and in most cases the lion will also be the most knowledgeable player. He will take a long-term approach to poker, preferring to play the odds rather than trying to force his will on the game. And remember, we're talking about limit poker. The lion will be thoroughly versed in the most common drawing probabilities, and his betting strategies will include a good balance between offense and defense. So the lion can be thought of as a blend between the maniac and rock styles. You may have noticed I've been calling the lion he, but some of today's most fierce competitors are women. So while I'll continue to use the masculine pronoun, remember, never let your guard down simply because your opponent may be a woman. That would be a mistake. Throughout this tutorial, my general approach will be, first establish target hands before the cards are even dealt, and once I've seen the flop, determine the probability of making one of those target hands by the river. And based on that probability, I'll then calculate whether it would be a good bet to attempt to achieve that target hand. Using this approach requires that you memorize about half a dozen drawing probabilities, but if that were all there were to poker, almost anyone could be a champion. All else being equal, in competitions between knowledgeable players, the prize typically goes to the best bluffer. So the last half of this tutorial focuses on deception, and Chapter 11 is dedicated entirely to the science of bluffing. But first, you'll need to understand how pot odds work in limit poker. Hello, this is Tyson Wood. Our goal here at Strategic Hold'em is simple, to help you play smarter poker. You can help us spread the word by sharing our web address with a friend, and you can help us keep the lights on at Strategic Hold'em by making a donation. We plan to continue our research and release more poker tutorials as new results come available. If you have any topic suggestions, please send them to feedback@strategichold'em.com. All your comments are welcome, We'd particularly like to hear about your most successful bluffing tactics. On behalf of the entire team at Strategic Hold'em, good luck and good hunting.